Okay guys, welcome back, and in this video we are going to explore that how props work. So I'll explain that in a very simple way. So in the previous video we are working on that, and we have set up basically our dev tool extension, and we have also set up the thing. So let me make this 11 props.html. In the previous video I have decided to make this lecture as prop, so that's why I named that prop. So I'm going to name that components logic update, okay, something like this. So now I'm going to teach you from here, and how can I open that? Basically let me close that terminal and then restart. So now I'm going to load my files from there. Okay, it's loading from 3000, so I'm going to paste that out here, and this props file is there. Okay, good job. So now I want to teach you that how a component can share the data with another component. So I'm going to teach you that how props work. So what is prop? Basically prop mean that a parent is sharing data to his child. So how a parent can share a data? So let's say we have this app button component, and here I want to share a message. So let's say message equal hello in no, I'm going to be passing data through props using parent component, right? I have defined a key and then passed a value. So this one is a prop. So how we need to accept that value in our child component? This one is app button is our child component. So now let's move to the app button components, and here we need to accept that prop. So how we can do that? We need to mention property of props, and then in the props we can accept that property. Let's say in this case our property name is message, right? And here we are accepting that message, and then if I want to display that message, I can component is mounted, so I can display that message here, this dot message, something like this. So let's get refresh, and if I go to the console where it's rendering the data, so just click on that. It's passing data through props coming through that component. Yes, this one is now passing that data, right? We are receiving that message here, right? And you can see this one is another error, undefined, right? We are not passing anything to that component, so that's why defining the undefined. So we'll resolve that in a minute. Just comment this out, and if you want to display that data here, so how you can do that? So let's say I want to display that message here, so you need to pass this message something like this here. Let's get refresh, and yes, you can see this, our content is here, right? And now if I go here and I want to access that message, let's say I have passed this property to this button only, this component only, and it's showing that message that undefined, right? Why it's showing that undefined? Because when this component is rendering, it's getting the message, but this is not getting the message. So we want to set its default value. So how to set its default value? So for that purposes you need to accept the prop as object. So I'm commenting this for you. So if you have a string value, so you can accept this something like this, but if you have object, so then you need to mention something like this. So first you need to define your prop, it's a message, and then here you need to define its type. It's a string, so you need to mention the string, and then if you want to assign a default value, you need to mention default and then pass the value. I'm going to say that default message, something like this. Just get save, refresh here, And yes, you can see this, we are getting the default message here, and we are also getting the default message here because we are calling that message property here, right? So we have passed a prop from here. Our prop name is message, and this one is our parent component, and we are passing that data to this child component and accepting as prop. And then if we have a string message, we can accept it here, or if we have an object, so we need to define our prop name here and then create an object where we have defined its type. You can define its type whatever you want, and then this will accept that data, only that type of data. And then we can also set the default message, right? This is the way how props work, right? This is very simple example. Most of the tutorial are confusing that what is the prop. Even you can pass that message here, message equal updated message, so this will pass that message here. You can see this, now it's returning the updated message. And if you go to this view, so you can click here and see the messages here. And if I go back and do it without that, so this will accept the default value, which is default message, and you can also see this value here. In this way props work, and in the next video I'm going to explore how emits work.